Obtaining a good education is often considered the great equalizer. It helps individuals secure a promising future. This year, policymakers have been working on ways to make college more affordable and preparing students for the jobs of tomorrow. At a recent Senate Finance Committee, lawmakers focused on the costs of today's education.
Members, students were at the center of every decision we made in this bill. The bill holds the line on cost increases at a time when student debt runs the risk of crippling our next generation. Through targeted investments and by asking our public higher education systems to hold the line on tuition increases, we're able to help more students access and afford college. By targeting funding to students entering in-demand fields and incentivizing campuses to work with employers, we are also ensuring that the education our students receive is relevant to the future of the work in Minnesota in every corner of our state.
I remember seeing a study that said in 1968, if you were a full-time student at the U of M, you could work in a minimum wage job at the 1968 minimum wage. You could work 6 hours a week, and you could pay for all your tuition and fees at the University of Minnesota. By 5, 6, 7 years ago, I saw a similar number that said you had to work full-time, not 6 hours a week, but full-time minimum wage, just to cover tuition and fees. And I think it's gotten worse since then.
Joining me now in the studio is the chair of the Senate Higher Education Committee, Senator Paul Anderson. Senator, welcome.
Thanks, Steve. Glad to be here.
Let's step back before we start delving into your bill and kind of give us a perspective of where Minnesota's higher education institutions are today.
Well, we have incredible institutions in Minnesota, from public to private. I mean, you think of the university, which is a flagship land-grant institution, research that leads the world, really. And then you have the Min-State system and you have private colleges. We are really fortunate for the system we have here. But we also have challenges, including enrollment that's decreasing, and also this cost that is just overbearing for students. I mean, we have to get our arms around this going forward, which is the cost of higher education.
What about the challenges that students face? You mentioned debt. What are some of the other challenges they're facing, and the higher education institutions as well?
No, I think the costs are the real obstacle for a student. The student, we need a workforce right now. We are short in a lot of different areas around the state of Minnesota that really need skilled workforce, need workforce that is trained for the economy of today and tomorrow. But actually, when they are going in and they are paying these costs for higher education and coming out so severely in debt, that creates a real obstacle in going forward, in buying a house, in buying a car, and just living life. A lot of people are living at home with their parents. So these are areas that are challenging, and this is not just Minnesota, this is across the country. You see this in the rising debt of students, but we have to get our arms around this.
Let's dive a little bit into your bill, and I want to read to you something that was released when the Senate Republicans released the budget targets. It said, Senate Republicans will protect students and families by making college affordable with a laser focus on promoting career and technical education through strategic investments. So how does your bill do that?
Well, and we do strategic investments both to the university system and Min-State, but what we also do is we heavily invest in what's called Workforce Scholarship Program. And this is $15 million that basically are allocated in $2,500 scholarships to students that are going into high demand fields. So you're talking about manufacturing, IT, healthcare, agriculture, and then this year's bill also adds childcare and transportation. So you think of mechanics or different things in transportation. These desperately needed areas around the state, but these dollars would go to the technical schools in the regions of Minnesota, and then they would allocate. So it's kind of a local control thing that they say, okay, Thief River Falls, we need people, focused on this area. Down in Winona, we need people focused on this area, and they can allocate those scholarships of need in those areas, because then once those students get out of school, they're less in debt and they're ready for a career, which is good paying jobs in healthcare and all that. So this is a strategic focus on the relevancy of jobs we need today in this
That's
state.
an interesting approach, because that money is going to the institutions, and then they're creating the programs, I assume.
That's right. And it really gets to the students. So this is not a pass-through where the system is taking money and then allocating it. It is going directly, and it's also encouraging a real public-private partnership. So Pine Tech Community College up in Pine City is a perfect example of what they've gone out and they've talked to the community, talked to job providers, and said, okay, now let's partner. So they will allocate a certain amount of money, and so now students aren't just getting $2,500, they're getting $3,500 or even more in some cases. So we're encouraging within the bill that public-private partnership, which will even expand the scholarships more.
You're also doing things to help lower income students. I read that you added about $23.4 million in grants. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and this is, the state grant program is really critical to low-income students. This really allows them to not only attend the university or Min-State, but also the private colleges. What school fits them the best? And so this is really important to increase the eligibility for that.
You originally introduced a bill that froze tuition increases at the University of Minnesota and Minnesota State. But you changed that approach. I think your bill now allows about 2% a year.
That's right. And so our approach and the conversation during the session was a really robust one. We had some really good discussion about freezing tuition because, again, the students are not able to keep up with this rate of increase in higher education. And there just doesn't seem to be a lot of attention, a lot of willpower to really curb these costs. So we talked about an absolute freeze. What we did is we came up with a compromise and capped it at 2% increase, and basically said, okay, we understand there's some inflation costs here, so we don't want to penalize the institutions severely, but again, the students should not be on the receiving end. The governor's proposal, even in his funding levels, without a cap on tuition, is going to raise tuition in the neighborhood of 6.5%, 7%. So we just don't believe those costs should be given back to the students.
You had an interesting perspective during the Senate Finance Committee this week. You kind of gave an overview of how higher ed has done in relation to the entire state budget. Briefly kind of explain that again. It's not like the legislators are not ignoring higher education needs.
Right. It's hard to get your head around this, but go back 30 years ago in the 91 budget, so 90-91 budget, we're in the 2021 budget right now. Higher education was 14% allocated funding of the total general fund spending. Education was about 31%. Healthcare at the time was about 22-23%. So you go from 54% of those two entities, education and higher education, to today, that's about 75%. Higher education in those 30 years goes from 14% to 7%. So we are still increasing the funding to higher education, but we're not keeping up to the rate we used to.
And that's due to all the demands in health and human services and K through 12 and the other budget areas. Your bill has many interesting provisions, and one thing I want to mention is that you kind of cap the cost of online learning.
Yep. Yeah, and this is one of those situations that we had heard from students about this interesting situation where you would think in every kind of, as you approach higher education, there's been this push for 15 years, for sure 10 years, about reducing the cost of higher education, going more on online classes. But what we've come to find out that actually, on average, it depends, but between $90 and $170, it costs more for someone to take an online course compared to an in-person course. And so as we ask the questions and ask for justification on why does it cost more to have an online class, the information hasn't been given to us to a point where we say, oh yeah, that makes sense. So we have put into the bill an actual cap, which says, or a freeze to some extent that says online classes can't cost more than in-person classes. And this has caused a little bit of a dilemma with the Min-State system because they are saying that this is going to cost them revenue. Well, in the end, if we are charging these tuition increases on the backs of students, we can't do that.
Before you go, I do have to ask you, usually by this time of the session, every legislative year, we have chosen people to fill the vacancy on the University of Minnesota Board of Regents. That hasn't happened. What's going on?
Well, it is our constitutional duty for the legislature to choose 4 regents every 2 years. So in this year, we're supposed to choose a student regent, a member from CD5, and 2 at-large regents. And we went through an RCAC process, which is the University Alumni Association, and 24 total members that recommend members to the Joint Committee, which is the House and Senate. The House and Senate Joint Committee met 9 weeks ago now and recommended 5 people for the 4 slots. And then what happens is within about a month, maybe 6 weeks, the full legislature gets together in a joint convention and elects those regents. There is a group in the House that has basically said, we don't like the recommended candidates, we're going to kick it to Governor Walz. And this has been reported and quoted, and this is really unfortunate. So the Senate is begging the House to call the joint convention. This needs to be a joint resolution. And so we're actually going to go ahead and go forward with calling a convention to do this. It is imperative that the incoming president of the University of Minnesota has a full functioning Board of Regents. If the governor happens to, in case of, basically should be an emergency, because again, this is a constitutional duty of the legislature. If the governor appoints, those are 2-year terms. And so then in 2 years, you would have the potential of having 8 new regents in a board of 12. This is the most important governing board in the state of Minnesota, so we got to do our job.
Senator Anderson, I want to thank you for your time. Good luck choosing the regents, and good luck with your bill and getting it through the process.
Thanks, Steve.